And welcome to a brand new show called Nerds of the Round Table. I will be your DM for this evening, your discussion master, if you will, and introducing these lovely people. We are starting off with Gaius McCalculus, please wave. Next to him is Kit Kat Cuttington. Also next to him is Quentin Quiggles. Sit down, Quentin. And next to him is Sir Stickelstein. Please wave, Sir Stickelstein. And finally, we round it off with Kira.
Nice to meet you all.
And today, we are starting off with the topic of the return of one of America's most beloved shows right now, Game of Thrones. How did you perceive it?
Question. Who here has read the books?
I have read the books.
I have not.
Not all of them, but most of them. Please don't hit the table. About a year ago, I was sitting, slacking off, probably playing video games, when a few dear friends of mine asked me to come watch some fantasy series at their house. I told them no and said that was a terrible idea and I had no desire to watch it. And then I started talking to some girl, and she told me of this awesome fantasy series. So I started watching it, and it blew my socks off. After I finished the season finale, mind you, I didn't watch any of the episodes up until the season finale was just around the corner. Watched them all that week and watched the finale. It blew my mind away, and since then, I have read the first 4 books.
Dang.
Well, I will have to say that I have not read the books, nor seen any episodes.
You're not very welcome in this discussion.
No,
But
I'm
you
not.
may
However,
say
I can
whatever
be
you
the
like.
naysayer and say that every single fantasy series I've ever seen that's along the lines of the Game of Thrones has been utter dreck, dribble, and droll.
That is fair. My girlfriend, she was telling me about, I tried to get her to watch a few episodes. She started watching it and said that it is exactly the same thing that you would see on any episode of Masterpiece Theater on PBS. She said that it was not anything particularly special. But I would like to disagree with both her and you.
Because you don't get dragons and titties on PBS.
Well, that's fair to say.
Wait,
That's
so
definitely fair to
the
say.
dragons have tits?
No. Not dragons with titties, dragons and titties.
Okay,
Personally,
well,
There are a lot of titties and there are a lot of sex scenes in the Game of Thrones series.
Oh, really?
But I feel like that really takes away from the series itself.
Nonsense.
And I'm not saying that, believe me, I'm a straight man and I love these scenes.
I feel
but
the same way.
I think that they just get so much focus from the people who don't watch the show, and it takes away from the fact that it is actually a credible show with a great storyline. People are like, oh, I hear that there's this fantasy series. Oh, yeah, that's the one with all those sex scenes right off the bat that are kind of pointless. Oh, yeah, who needs that show? You know, it's so deep, and those scenes are great, especially if you really know the characters and can relate to them. But yes.
so sex is a metaphor for something of their personality, these characters, you're saying?
Yes. The characters in this book, and this is something very interesting about the series, and the TV series as well, is that the characters are very resonant with characters in the real world, in this planet. The sex that they have, it's not symbolic, it doesn't necessarily mean anything, although some of the sex is for reasons of control and swaying people psychologically.
in real life.
But mostly it's just raw, unadulterated, lustful sex.
Which in itself
With
is very
13-year-old
telling
girls.
of the character.
Just saying.
It adds to the style. It adds to the time period that they're in.
It's very true. It is in a medieval time period.
It's
Well, I was aware of that.
it's the whole idea of it in the show is just, I don't know, it makes it a little bit more real. Like, it's not afraid to say, yes, it's a dirty place. This is a dirty place.
Very dirty people.
And those that have seen the show know the type of things that go on in it.
Alright, so exceptionally dirty people, exceptionally telling sex scenes, and exceptionally great battles, I'm hoping.
Fantastic battles. In season 1, in the TV series, there were a few battles that that were pretty cool to watch.
What
But they
battles
skipped
are you
over.
talking about?
Well, okay, see,
I don't remember
that's
any
fair.
battles.
There were
There's
battles.
fights
Okay, what's
and
happening
there's
here?
Battles. All right, a fight happens in a room, just outside of a building. A battle happens in a big ass open
Okay,
field.
that's fair. There-
Two, clashes.
Okay. And now, in the first season, Tyrion is running with a large group of people. Tyrion is the midget character.
Yeah.
The the second-born
The
son
obligatory
of...
midget character.
He's not an obligatory midget. He is a very complicated
Oh, so there's
character.
the needed midget.
Hey, he's the sick character. That's all.
He's awesome.
I'm not
But
taking advantage
either
of his
way,
character. I'm not
in
denouncing it.
the series, there's a battle where he's charging in, and there's a horse running beside him, and he gets clocked in the back of the head and passes out, wakes up after that epic battle. In the book, he was
Yeah.
conscious for that entire battle, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I know, and he gets unconscious mid-battle in the book. Yeah, I heard. But but we're talking, it's a TV show. You can't do the same things. It's understandable.
And also something to say about those battles is that in the first season, in the first book, it's really about introducing the world, about getting you to understand the politics and what you really should come to expect. But in further books, once the chaos happens, I'm going to go ahead and say spoiler alert, because I imagine most of the people who are interested have probably already seen it.
What?
Spoiler alert from the first season.
Oh.
At the end, the character that every audience member resonated with and fell in love with the most gets beheaded. And in that single moment, chaos is sent throughout the entire realm, and 5 kings compete for the throne, and that's what Season 2 is about. And those 5 kings fighting for the throne is where the battles really start to go crazy. In Book 2, there is an unbelievable battle, and that battle is going to take place in Season 2. And George R.R. Martin, the author of the book, is actually the writer of that episode and is making sure that it's well captured to the book standards. And I really can't wait. It's going to be it's going to be amazing.
I
It's
will
going to be
have
amazing.
to see it. Next topic.
Well, really quick, is there anyone else who did watch/read who has any sort of opinions to express before we continue on?
Let's move on.
I think it's fantastic. I love the show. I like this sort of epicness of it. You don't really have that in TV. You have more. A lot of TV now is realistic. A lot of TV now is, kind of playing on social things that have happened. They all stay within the modern time frame, or they go back during the 40s or anything. So to see something in the fantasy and the science fiction realm on HBO, that's pretty...
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Bobby, but we have to move on to our next topic. And staying in this fantasy world, we are going to discuss...
My name isn't Bobby, first of all.
You're right. Your name is not Bob, yeah. Bobby is the gimp we have rolling around with the cameras. I'm sorry. But our next topic will be Skyrim.
Oh, I'm supposed to do that. I could talk about Skyrim for a while.
Blah, blah, blah.
We shouldn't talk about it too long. Let's try to get, let's...
All right, I'll set the standard
What's
right
there
now.
to say? Skyrim, wonderful game.
I'll set the standard right now as to why I don't like it.
Oh, okay.
Everybody loves this game, and so do I. I actually enjoyed playing it for the first few hours, and then I just realized that what it was going to be, and not that the characters were bad. All the characters are cool, but everything was just quests. It's all about quests, and it wasn't like that the quests were really that different. It was, they had like the different classes and everything, and there was tons of them, but at the end of the day, you're just running somebody else's errands. And I didn't really like that. I wanted more freedom in the game. I wanted more freedom to, run around a bit, explore the world.
There was plenty of freedom to do that.
Everything you said was wrong, and Spike's going to tell you why.
Alright, now, I do understand, though, one point, in that the game is all quests.
It is quest.
It is quests.
That's what you have to expect
you
from
can't
these
explore
games,
it.
though.
That's exactly what people usually want in a game like this. And one of the things, though, is that there is one thing, though, you said, the freedom, Skyrim is ultimate freedom, because name me another game that's not a Bethesda game that you can start a mission, and then when you get bored or you don't like it, you can leave. You can just leave. Oh, yeah, I don't care about you. You just leave.
You can't do that with Grand Theft Auto. You can't
Yeah.
do that with, actually, Just Cause.
Yeah.
You play Just Cause 2?
Awesome game.
Exactly.
We're not talking about Just Cause.
Granted.
But it's what it is. It's just there's just so much freedom in the game, and it's just
boring.
you can. I see how some people would find it boring, but
And I love role-playing games. I love it, but I don't feel like I'm a role. I feel like everything's already given to me, you know? Everything you can do every single thing the same and it has no real effect.
so
Does
you
it
like so
does
you,
it have any effect? Could you do every single you can do every single thing, right?
No, you can't.
You can't?
No, you
So-
can't do both the Stormcloaks and the Imperials.
You can't do that?
No,
No,
you can't.
But I
do,
don't like they're the same thing because they're the same friggin' thing.
Yeah,
That's dumb. You should have a choice.
you can choose to either join or destroy the Dark Brotherhood.
Really? I didn't know you could destroy it.
When you're in the cabin, instead of killing someone, you just kill the woman.
What I mean is that most people are going to have the same experience in Skyrim. Not that all these funny things are going to happen, like, you know, random kind of glitches that happen in the game. That happens in every
Okay.
game.
I think if you play the entire game, let's just put a number on it. Let's call it 300 hours of gameplay to complete everything. Then everyone will have the same experience. But myself, I have played that game for about 50 hours, which is gross. And I can tell you that
Gross.
I've had a very different experience than you. I've had a very different experience than anyone else who lives in my house who's played the game.
Okay, I
Because you go. Everyone's at the Will, but no. I mean, whatever your name is,
Guys.
Gaius,
Macalculus.
Macalculus. See, everyone has the same destination, but everybody takes different routes in the game. I didn't take the same route as you or Will
It's a very good
or
metaphor.
Will or Will. You know, just like me and a whole bunch of Wills. We all took different routes.
Is that a new term for just like a man or one?
Yes, Will is person.
But at the end of the day, you don't really have a choice. Because everything is just for somebody else.
Determinists believe that you don't have a choice in anything you do. Every decision that you make throughout your entire life has been chosen, not necessarily by someone else before you, but but your choices are a result of physical actions that all add up to the moment.
Even
I just learned
if
that in my
you
last
play the game with
Well,
another
we're talking about a
character-
game.
If you play the game with another character,
But I agree.
you will
I
never
understand.
do the same mission the same way, based on how you play with that character.
Yes.
Never do it the same way twice. And I think that's what you really need to focus on.
And plus, randomly, you could just be walking down the mountain path, get attacked by a snow leopard. No, what are they called? Snow tiger? What doesn't
Oh,
matter.
Saber-tooth.
Saber-tooth.
Something like that.
A bear, and 2 dragons, all at random. That just happens sometimes.
It's true.
You just stumble upon quests. See, like, you don't have to look for quests. That's the sick thing, is that quests come to you. So you might get a quest at the very end of the game, whereas I got that quest in the beginning of the game. It's
And-
the order is a big deal.
I feel like we should move on relatively soon, but I would like to make a closing statement.
By all means.
Skyrim, a game where you take up a man of one of many races. You travel throughout the world. You get thrown into the mess of political crossovers, of different factions fighting for different things, of thieves, of assassins. You get to do whatever you want to do, and meanwhile, you are the only person that can save the flow of time from dragons destroying everything.
'Cause-
From one dragon coming and eating the souls of everybody and the dead. You must do that. You must collect food and armor and weapons and develop
Food.
yourself.
I haven't eaten a goddamn thing since the start of
You
the
know,
game.
I would
Then
have
you
liked
are
to see-
terrible at.
No.
I don't
no.
eat. I don't
You know,
sleep.
I would have
I
liked
fight.
to see a hardcore
That's what I
mode
do.
in Skyrim like they do for Fallout New Vegas.
Or, what's it called? BioShock Infinite.
Bioshock Infinite, I need it.
It's gonna be the best game ever.
Yes, it will. On that
And
note, next topic.
It's BioShock Infinite.
This lovely evening is the Avengers.
Oh yeah, you read my mind. Avengers. Who's Super Avengers? I'm Super Avengers.
Oh, look at
2
me.
words that are actually 1 word.
Iron Man. That's
Yeah,
the only reason
Empire.
anyone's gonna watch
I
it.
liked Captain America.
Oh yeah,
It was pretty good.
They're all cool. They're all cool, but the coolest is.
No one cares about the
You know what?
Hulk.
Shut up.
No one cares about Thor. No one cares about Captain America.
Scarlett Johansson.
Her ass and Iron Man are all that matters in this movie.
She is my favorite creature on this planet.
Scarlett Johansson.
Did
Do
you
you like the red
see-
hair?
She's not. Well, she might be red haired in this movie. I'm just thinking the Prestige, dude.
She was in The Prestige?
Yes, she was the hot one.
She was the hot one.
She has some of the nicest curves
Yeah.
out of any woman.
You want to talk
Film.
about sick curves?
And she's a fair-haired, fair-skinned lady.
Are you talking about
So
the
she's
curves
Irish.
that Iron Man does in
No,
the sky?
she's just
No.
one of those beauties.
Because there's a lot of talk about it. It's the curves from what's her face in Hunger Games. It's all
Oh,
like there's
Jennifer
this one
Lawrence?
scene where she comes out to get sponsors, and it's just all hips, and it's awesome. People are just like, I remember the girl sitting behind me, just like, ew, it's too much hips, and it's sad because it's like, you obviously don't know about dudes at all, do you? Then?
Jennifer Lawrence is a real woman.
It's just thank you. It's just like it's nice to see someone like that. Not that's what people want. And
I
it's
like
dumb that
Kristen
people don't
Stewart,
get that.
who's just a stick.
Oh no, that name will not be uttered upon this table of purity and innocence.
Here we are
apologize.
talking about Jennifer Lawrence and Scarlett Johansson.
And you throw up on our conversation here with that.
Well, yeah, we were talking about the Avengers,
dreadful-
right?
May I interject though?
Yes.
May I interject about who was this chick again?
Scarlett Johansson?
No, the other one.
We will.
Jennifer Lawrence?
No, the other one.
Kirsten Dunst.
No,
Kristen-
what the fuck? No.
The one that cannot emote.
Yes, the
The
one.
one that married the fairy and did the werewolf.
Oh, Kristen Stewart.
Yeah, it was just slipped my mind.
That's who I just
But
said.
Kristen Stewart though.
Yes, but we didn't
She's
want to
hot still. Like she doesn't have the body that Jennifer Lawrence has by any means, but she's still hot.
This
I
is
mean,
her face
and
in every
it's-
movie.
You
No. You need the teeth.
see, but for me though, I'm a little biased because I've known Kristen Stewart
What you
for a
want?
really long ass time, and she's always been hot. Like when she was in
Wasn't
Panic
yeah,
Room.
she was in Panic. Wasn't she like fucking
I don't
8?
know. She looked
You
like
realize
a
how
boy,
old
man.
I was when Panic Room came out?
She
I was
she
like
looked like a boy
6.
in that movie, man. She already looks like a guy.
Dude, I always dug a chick who could pull off short hair. Awesome.
She's going to be
Oh, yeah,
in
well-
that new Snow White movie.
I mean,
Yeah.
I find her attractive, but I find her also.
You know who's hot? Natalie Portman. I like Natalie Portman.
How did the Avengers turn into
Yeah, I
hot
was thinking the
chicks?
same thing.
Mila Kunis.
It's because Iron Man and Scarlett Johansson's ass are the only reason anyone want to watch this movie.
No, that is not.
Mila Kunis
No, that's
and
not
the girl
true.
who
You get to see the Hulk and
Black
Iron Man
Swan,
and
that's
Captain
why I said
America,
it.
Thor and Hawkeye and
I
Black
don't care
Widow and
about
Nick
the Hulk.
Fury
I don't know
and
who
Shield
Hawkeye is.
and
I don't
freaking-
care about Samuel L. Jackson.
I would like to
don't-
express a worry I have with this film. I don't care what you're talking about. A worry I have with this film is that putting so many epic characters together in the same, let's call it a tops 2-hour movie, I feel like not everyone will get the attention they deserve, and it'll feel like The Hunger Games felt to me, just too fast-paced where you can't really connect with somebody.
Iron
See-
Man will showboat.
Here's
my,
the thing. Oh, say what you gotta say.
My problem with this whole idea of Avengers is that it's not a movie that's based on. It's all about the making of the money. They were like, we have a really good idea. We're gonna make this movie about this one character and then this other one that's a superhero, and then we're gonna throw them all into one movie, and everybody's gonna come and watch it because they're like, well, I want to see these stars with
The
this stars, and this
Avengers
stars, and this
was an old
stars.
idea.
I feel like theoretically that is fair to say, but they haven't let us down yet. Iron Man was great. Iron Man 2 was even better. Captain America was great. Thor, I didn't see, but I heard it was okay. I heard it was a lot better than the Green Lantern, which came out at about the same
Yeah.
time.
Green Lantern
he
came
in?
out about.
No,
No.
that's different.
Hey, isn't
little less than 2
Spider-Man meant
months.
to be in the Avengers?
No,
You're thinking
yes
Spider-Man
and
and
no.
Friends.
All right, wait, hold on. Who here knows comic book characters? Am I the only one?
I don't really know.
Yeah.
All right,
I know
okay.
so
Let me.
much.
All right, I'm gonna set the record straight.
I know comic book characters,
You
but
know-
I guess you don't want my input.
No one wants your opinion, DM. Okay, stay out of this. God.
I know, he thinks he's part of the friggin' table.
No, he's
not.
he's
He's
on a
not.
higher area. You don't get to be down here, you know. And so basically, though, I see what you're saying, Bobby, but you got to understand though.
Who the hell is Bobby?
What?
His name is
Will. I don't know. Okay.
Stop
A
talking to
person
the
is
camera
called
again.
Will. Everyone's called Will here.
All right, but what I'm
Sure,
trying to
Stickelstein.
Stickerstein. What I'm trying to say here, Stickerstein, is
Stick a stein!
Shut up!
it's this is that whenever we get superhero movies or any popular franchisey type movies, what do? We get sequels. Here's people who said, let's not just do a sequel. Let's do something different. Let's do something that's never been done before. Let's make a movie universe. And we'll take the universe and put it on the screen and make it their own. And people's just like, yeah, let's do that because that's going to make a lot of money. But the idea came from the right place and the right thinking and the right people.
I can't fucking wait.
Let me tell you something. And by the way, you talk about connecting with the characters. You don't need to connect with the characters because
already
you
had
learned
that
exactly because you already
I'm
got
not
the
gonna
first
see it.
movie.
I didn't see Scarlett Johansson.
I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go out of my way and pay.
Oh,
And then they're gonna do it in 3D too, right?
Again.
All right,
They're
shut
gonna-
up. Next topic.
He was counting down. It's
For our final topic. In 1 week, in a few hours, one of the greatest television shows may be released. We are talking about Avatar, The Legend of Korra.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Oh yes.
Discuss.
All right.
Oh yeah!
Quickly.
First
That comes out
trilogy.
today.
No. First trilogy. Let's talk about
I
that.
wouldn't call it a trilogy. I call it a
Well,
series.
series.
It's a trilogy.
yeah.
What are
It
you
was
talking
3
about?
seasons and 3 books. I guess that's fair.
No, it's a series.
Avatar, a series about integrating what we're used to with animation, combining it with what we have known from anime, throwing in all sorts of Eastern themes and things that Western children can really identify with. To me, it was the best show on Nickelodeon of all time. It was the only show on Nickelodeon after, say, 1995 that gave kids good lessons, taught them things about the world, and honestly, to this day, I will watch any episode of that kid's show and love it.
And laugh too.
Wow.
Yeah.
I will laugh.
Very well put, sir. Very well put.
at Katara and Aang, and I will laugh at all of them.
They're very funny.
And
It's
this
very
is
clever.
Katara, my flying sister.
My favorite moment from the entire first series is when he's having that dream or when he's like panicking.
Appa and
yeah.
and Momo fighting samurai.
What are you talking about? And then you have and then at the end of it, he's like, he has Katara in his hand, and he's like, "You're my forever girl, baby." And then he just has these huge like lips.
I remember that.
And then he orders Sokka to climb up the cliff. It's like,
Yeah.
climb it now!
Yeah.
Wait,
it was
is
just
this the
my
episode
dream,
where they
the
go
fire.
crazy in
it was
the
it was the
No,
perfect
this was
mix
when
of
he was on the mountain.
but the most
Like, right before the battle,
the most
battle?
touching episode.
or right at the end of the
Yes.
season.
Yes.
The most touching episode was, or at least my favorite one, is when Zuko Uncle was teaching
Uncle Iroh?
Zuko Uncle Iroh, yes.
Oh yeah, how to read
How to
redirect
do-
current of the lightning.
No,
was good.
that was sick. But so was him telling him like, it's when I really truly understood what the show is trying to do, because Zuko was trying to like learn some kind of water bending, right? And he's like, "This is fire. This is," and you kind
Yeah,
of been
when he says the
Yeah.
philosophy in show is like,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is fire. This is earth. Earth is sturdy. Earth is strong. And like, everything has symbolism and meaning
Yeah.
to it. It's much more
And
deeper
that's-
than just something on the
You-
ground.
That's what you need to
SpongeBob.
you need to teach kids culture, and this is a cultured show.
Absolutely.
And yes, it is Eastern culture, but it's also culture that is, it brings about lessons. It brings about understanding of diversity and difference of your other human beings, and it also shows that somebody that you might think is bad might actually have like Zuko. I mean, he was my favorite character in the show.
Of course he was.
He was
Same
my-
reason that Vegeta was my favorite character
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, he was the epitome of just a kid that is trying to do so much right that he's just doing so much wrong, and
He just wants to be loved.
he's so one-track minded, like most people are. It's just one-track minded and say screw you, screw you, screw you, screw you. I want this so I can redeem myself, and then finally he understands what he has to do. And I remember that episode where he has to apologize to them, and they're like, no. We're not. No, we're not gonna. And then he accidentally burns what's her name's
Toph.
feet, Toph's
Yeah.
feet, and then she has to crawl back. And I was like, that must be terrifying because she sees with her feet, so she
Yeah.
must have been completely just.
She was
Blind.
blind for the first time in her life.
Was maybe my personal favorite episode? The 2-part season finale of season 2.
Yeah.
Oh, with the
And battle with
oh my gosh, with Azula.
Azula and Zuko and Aang and Katara and in the underground ruins, all the crystals.
Yes,
just-
oh my
and then
god.
Zuko's like, oh, what's Zuko gonna do? He shot the fireball between the two. What's he gonna do? Whose side's gonna be on? starts with his sister. Like,
Dude, and it's
Yeah.
sick because it shows how heartless she is. It's like everybody in the room was mesmerized by the power of the Avatar.
And it's the
and then she just
shoots him in the back.
boom.
What I also like to point out is that the growth of Zuko at that episode, like, just throughout the season up to that point.
You thought it was going to be good.
Yeah, not only in his mental state, but in his abilities as a firebender, just such an overwhelming laugh from the beginning of the season, of the series, to then. It's like, wow, that is character development. That is what
I
like
loved
to see.
Ba Sing Se. I loved that city.
I would really like to interject because as much as I love the first series, we really need to start getting to the
Okay, sorry.
Legend of Korra.
Well, one thing though, before we go, and it transitions.
I was gonna wrap it up. The series. Package it.
That's what I mean though,
Absolutely. Because if people have no idea what happened, people don't. And I don't want to give any spoilers away. In season 1, like I said, it was the story of the Avatar, the person who can bend all 4 elements: air, earth, water, and fire. And he's following his destiny to end the 100-Year War. At the end of the season, he overcomes all of the obstacles in his way, goes through trials and tribulations with relationships with everybody, and he ends up defeating the Fire Lord, who is oppressing everyone across the world.
He defeats the...
No, he defeats the
essentially-
Fire Lord.
He ended up not
Or the
being
Phoenix
the Fire. Yeah,
King.
it was the Phoenix King.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it was at the end of the season. But that doesn't matter. Basically,
at the end of the series, sorry.
After that, there were 70 years of development where the world really grows and changes. And after 70 years, they had developed a new place called Empire City.
Everything's all steampunk now.
Well, actually, no. The majority of the world is still what it once was,
Oh, good.
but there is a capital. There is a main area to create peace and development and technological advancement in the world.
Well, and it makes sense too because you have the fire people who all had all the technology and everyone else that, and then when you finally get peace, naturally you're gonna have more technologically advanced areas all over the world. Now.
It's very cool
awesome.
because now that Empire City, as it's called, it's the capital of the world, and it is much like a modern day city. It has so much technology. It has flying ships. It has all of this crazy stuff. And here is what makes this next series so interesting. By the way, it is a mini series, and I think it's only something like 20-something episodes. That's
it?
Yeah.
That makes sense because I mean I was gonna say how far can you actually go? She already knows, 3 of the.
Yeah, she does
elements.
already know. All she needs to learn is airbending.
Exactly.
What makes this very interesting is that the main plot is that now that the world is catching up, that power is sort of been put to everybody. The people who are not benders, who can't control the elements,
Benders versus normal people.
they think that they're being oppressed and that they have always been oppressed, and there is a faction who's trying to go against the benders. And at that point, these people see no real value or even historical value in the Avatar.
That is interesting.
It's going to be an amazing series.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you guys know, but the first 2 episodes are leaked. You can find
Yeah,
them on
I saw that. I don't
Really?
want to watch it. I'm waiting for the premiere. I want to watch on TV.
What's
for
the
the
site?
first time.
YouTube?
The
Someone
first
else?
2 episodes are being packaged in one night.
Okay, I'm gonna
When?
spoil it
What
for
night?
you.
What night? What night?
I want to say
Tonight?
No, it's
it's either
next Saturday.
it's either April 14th or 24th.
No, it's next Saturday.
That's next Saturday,
yeah.
the 14th.
What is it? Oh, I just want to say too. One of my questions, because there's questions people ask. What's your favorite this? What's your favorite that? One of my favorite questions is what's your favorite series finale?
Second
Like-
season.
Of
No,
Or any
of
show?
any series ever. Has to be a series, and we're talking about like a Star Wars or DBZ
Okay, we
or
got
something.
wrap up here, so let's
All
go.
of them.
You.
All
What's
of
yours?
Quick. We have
No,
to be
that's
quick.
what I mean. Avatar is my favorite
Oh,
of all
okay.
time. It's the best. It's
It
just
was really
See,
good.
and then it's because of how we did it. Because everyone's like, you gotta kill him. You gotta kill him. Oh, lost an airbender. No, you gotta kill him.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, me. No, I didn't say what he did in the end because
It's true,
people
it's true.
probably think,
Okay.
oh, he's gonna kill him.
Skip cat.
Awesome.
This is tough. There are so many series that I
Yeah.
absolutely loved. I'll tell you what it wasn't, and that was Lost.
Lost just ended.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
What about Battlestar Galactica? That one was pretty epic.
I wasn't super
I didn't like
happy
the
with it.
end, but I liked the...
Yeah, we're just going around in a circle. My answer is not Lost.
I'm torn between season finale of Dragon Ball Z: The Cell Saga,
Yeah.
or season 2 of Avatar. What about yourself?
I like the Cell Saga though.
Cell Saga.
That was the best. Gohan.
Totally
Cell.
agree. Gohan, favorite character. Well, Gohan when he's still young and awesome and not
Yeah.
old and nerdy and
The
stupid.
Cell one is when Gohan was doing the one-handed Kamehameha
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
static spirit behind him. That was
That one was also
Super Saiyan 2.
that was also the one of the best build-ups ever because it was just. All right, so it's mine
the
too.
best 5 episodes.
I had all right. So you have Cell and Cell, the android. I can't remember his name.
16.
16. His head rolls up and he's like,
Aw,
and he just
16.
gives him the philosophy of life, and so it's like, oh, pity you, and just breaks him with no, and that's when Gohan like, you were waiting for this for like, so long. You wanted him to just snap. You just wanted him to let go and just destroy this guy.
I loved Gohan. I did
Yeah.
not want to see him lose his mind.
Second
I wanted
And he lost his mind. The Great Saiyan Man. That was stupid.
Yeah, it was. But anyways, and
Great
he
say,
just.
oh, when he's a superhero.
All right, guys, we gotta wrap it up. We're being pressured.
This
by
is the
DM
first
here.
episode of Nerds of the Round Table. I hope that there's more. This was a lot of
This
fun.
was fun.
I'm gonna send it back to our supreme ruler.
Few corrections, Mark. It is called Republic City,
Who the hell
not
is Mark?
Empire City. It also premieres Legend of Korra next Saturday at 11 a.m.
Gonna be there.
And
11 a.m.
11 a.m. It is a morning thing.
Well, actually, it makes sense because the first one premiered in the morning too.
It's true. Actually, the first one premiered after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, premiered at night. It was a night thing.
After the
I
Super
remember
Bowl on
that.
The
Nickelodeon.
very first, really?
Yeah.
I remember seeing it in the morning though.
They might have been like the actual premiere, but it appeared after the Super Bowl on Nickelodeon. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah, that is 100%.
I will watch it. I think we'll all watch it.
And
Some of
so,
us have
Shut up!
thank you. And so, that ends this episode and this evening of Nerds of the Round Table. Maybe next time we'll actually remember what the hell they're called. Thank you.
Hey, you didn't forget me. I'm Guy from Calculus.